High functioning anxiety. Do you have it? I nearly had a mental bloody breakdown the other day. I felt like I wasn't enough, not somewhere I was meant to be, or not achieving enough. In my attempts to win back my worth, I would overwork, perfect, and then leave everything to last minute in order to perform. Does this sound a little bit like you? Before we move on, thank you for tuning in to yet another video here on the Health Hunk platform. Please subscribe, put on those notifications, and get ready for bi-weekly videos. Did I really just do that? Anyway, without further ado, let's get diving straight into this topic. Me, like you, are probably experiencing some form of high functioning anxiety. This video is going to help you dissect, understand it, where it comes from, and then give you solutions to manage it. We always hear about anxiety, lots of variants of anxiety as well as depression, but high functioning anxiety is something that doesn't get much limelight. What's brilliant is researchers are beginning to find patterns and diagnosis. It's like a form of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder for high achievers. What's interesting, unlike other anxiety disorders, high functioning anxiety does not manifest itself in anxiety or panic attacks at all. High functioning anxiety can be the silent assassin working overnight. No wonder why it's so prolific and growing. We're surrounded by it every single day, rubbing shoulders with those in our peer groups that have it. We have influences that impose it upon us, whether it's business, life, social life, achievements. We see it everywhere. And here is a prime example now.
Oh my god, I've just landed a place on Gary V's chat show. Oh, brilliant.
Okay, D-Rock, I think we got a caller. Click record, okay?
Hello there, Gary.
Hi there.
Thank you for having me, Gary. I love what you do, by the way. You are so inspirational.
Thank you for asking the Ask Gary V show.
I feel like I'm really hit a wall with my business. No money, no sales, just nothing's working at all.
Okay.
I wonder what advice you have for me.
Well, you gotta fucking work, man. You gotta fucking
Well,
work.
that's not what I'm doing, Gary. I'm already working.
Well, hustle is the new bustle.
Busy is just ruining my relationships.
Okay.
I don't feel worthy of another honey.
You've got to build a biz to be the bee's knees.
Well, why can't it just be easier?
It's not meant to be easy. Get up, hustle, eat, hustle, work out, hustle. It's just like a muscle. You gotta keep working. Nothing successful comes with no work.
Don't you have to sleep?
Well, 3 hours sleep is all you need, man. Money doesn't sleep, so you gotta be nocturnal to be top of your game.
Alright then, Gary. So you're just saying I've got to be an owl? Have I just be an owl?
No. Let me stop you there. I'm saying you need to eat a diet of dog shit until you're 40 to make it, okay? D-Rock, make this into a podcast, 3 IG posts, a YouTube video, okay? Is that valuable to you?
Alright, Gary. Really helpful. Thanks, mate.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks,
Well,
bud.
good luck on all those tips.
I'll implement everything you tell me.
Remember,
Thanks.
no sleeping. No sleeping. Okay? No sleeping. Thank you.
I am so done with that guy.
Better just keep busy then, don't I? Alright.
So what does high functioning anxiety actually look like? Although it's manifested in our biggest influencers like Gary Vee, the top athletes, the creatives,
Are you actually maybe not even really hustling, but you're not putting in the grit and the grind?
and those that really do make you think that hustle is for success. Though not only our influences are being toxic to what we should believe, we're also surrounded by it in our everyday and the average person. It doesn't have to be celebrities, but that lady with the 5 dogs that continually needs to be in a spiral of distraction and continual baseline stress to look after 5 dogs. It could be that dad who has 3 jobs yet still manages to find time to manage his son's football team. Or Wendy in the group chat, the social butterfly who's prolific at organising the next social big event. It's everywhere. Could be in our peer group, in our family. We see it down the road, for example. And these are people with traits, me like you, that may find it hard to relax. Like they've signed a contract to the high adrenal lifestyle. They need to keep busy They're bound by big achievements. And so therefore, what makes it difficult for these people is setting boundaries and creating balance. It has a profound knock-on effect to health, relationships, progress, success, and most importantly, levels of happiness. Although from the face value they seem super and uber successful, actually under closed doors and under the surface is someone who is pretty unhappy or has some deep work to do to be deeply satisfied without the need to prove themselves. It usually is manifested based on a lack of self-worth and low self-esteem. It's potentially triggered from the past or past experiences and potentially is living out as trauma in the current present moment. That these people tend to deliberately distract themselves from the things that make them feel uncomfortable. So that perfectionism, that procrastination, that need to do is a distraction away from potentially is feeling uncomfortable for that person. And so it comes to no surprise, people with high functioning anxiety tend to have perfectionism or like strict order. It commonly gets confused as obsessive compulsive disorder because high functioning anxiety is a current taboo. Do the benefits far outweigh the negatives? So some benefits that we usually see with HFA is that people with HFA are reliable, punctual, consistent, highly networked, and valuable to many teams and businesses. It's why it's deeply ingrained in lots of corporate living. Though with the negatives, do these far outweigh the benefits? Let's explore them. Irritability, perfectionism, obsession, keeping busy, people pleasing, being loyal to the wrong people. No boundaries exist, and there's a vast lack in balance. What we're seeing here is a covert attempt to potentially shroud the negative feelings, the not feeling good enough, the need to potentially prove to someone else that they're worth something more than they are now. And so the stress of continually needing to be better all the time can be a massive burden. And here are my vital solutions that you could potentially try. The first is talk therapy. Just talk to someone you trust, whether it's a coach, best friend, or a family member. Get it off your chest. Remember to have conversations because it's very human, very normal, and something that just becomes a weight lifted when you share. Get vulnerable. Potentially the person you tell can relate in some way too. This is a shared human experience, and HFA is more common than you think. Remember to catch spiraling thoughts. Don't allow yourself to manifest it in negative patterns like we spoke about. Try grounding yourself. Use some tools to stop, relax. Try and implement more mindfulness techniques into your given day, whether it's tuning into the sounds here and now, closing your eyes for 5 minutes and doing body scans, or just breathing deeply with 3 big, deep breaths when you feel anxious thoughts spiraling. The sooner you catch those spiraling thoughts, the better, and the less compound effect those spiraling thoughts can have on your mood. And what's not so spoken about in the conventional medical world is Ayurveda. Ayurvedic healing could potentially be the key to overcoming this energy. What we see with anxiety, overthinking, perfectionism is a form of Vata. With Ayurveda, we have 3 schools of thought, feeling, mood, and manifested reality. Pitta is the fiery, commanding, driven school. With Vata, it's very airy, creative, not very grounded at all. It's very essential though. And then on the other hand, we have Kapha, very earthy, grounding. And again, we notice that we need all 3 of these things in balance to make sure we're a complete human being and not feeling out of balance. It's as simple as that. When one of these 3 traits skew out of whack, which I can definitely identify more with Vata than anything else, then problems can occur. So with HFA, we see a lot of Vata. We see a lot of overthinking here, and potentially a little bit of Pitta. It's that need to drive, need to do, need to achieve. That's very much a Pitta mindset. So what are we missing here? Kapha. Let's implement more Kapha techniques within our lifestyle. The easiest way to do this and the easiest form of energy we can consume is what goes into our mouth. So use warm, grounding substances. Soups, the stews, the comforting foods will bring us that energy naturally through nutrition. We can use herbal teas like chamomile rather than caffeine. So as hard as it might be, Try and avoid things like caffeine, the things that stimulate you artificially. Do your best to value and seek comfort now. Sometimes comfort might be a good thing. Little story of mine, when I was going through heavy anxiety at university in my first year, my therapist told me, you need to get a hug from your mum. It's that child as a young boy needing comfort in times of despair. Value restoration and value recreation. Get out of busy achieving mindsets and just have fun. Start somewhere with a new skill, new hobby, and don't expect much of yourself. Escape the escapism you're currently using in your high achieving lifestyle. Keep achievements realistic, healthy, and center your life around gratitude. A lot of us are already in this place of what we need to do and what if, and we've got not enough in this world of lack. We forget to really appreciate what we've already achieved and the progress we've currently made. So, sit on your hill and look down and think, bloody hell, I've done a really good job. Let's take a time to reflect and pat ourselves on the back for that. And re-identify. This avoidance could be a way to avoid the truth. A truth we're not currently ready for yet. When you're staying in HFA and it really is counterintuitive to your values and compromising them, then you're overstaying. Now's the time to detach from this sense of identity with HFA for your sense of worth or distraction. You are already a somebody. Discomfort is inevitable, and there comes a time where it needs courage to stop tolerating this anymore. So here's 3 questions for you. Ask yourself this. On your deathbed, what will you regret? How does the periphery of other areas of your life look like? Although you may be really successful in one, how about the other areas? What's that one limiting belief that keeps you busy? I'll let you answer those, and if you want to dive deeper, I've got a free mini course in the link in the description. And this is a quick reminder for you. When you're meant to be doing what you're doing, you will always be provided for no matter what. There is no lack, there is no need for more. And maybe this sign of HFA is meaning that you are living a little bit out of alignment. So I hope I've made this clear, but sometimes rather than just our everyday behaviors, HFA could be manifested from even more deep-rooted issues. This is a quick disclaimer. I'm a life coach and a mentor. I'm not a psychiatrist. So some of this can be embedded within childhood trauma, deeply embedded mental health issues. I am not qualified to deal with those things, although I am here to help you. If you wish to dive deeper, then my authentic means of coaching and my one-to-one program below might just be for you. Again, this HFA is only a divergence of what is very human. I suffer with HFA now and then, and so if you do, then don't worry. We're all here to guide our way to a solution and never give up. So let this be a calling to make the change today. Allow yourself to motivate yourself back in alignment and within balance. Thank you so much for being here. As always, please do subscribe, turn on that bell for notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Keep it hunky.